The Bay Area's rock station, 107.7 The Bone.
There it is, them crooked vultures. That is New Fang here on 107.7 The Bones. Hey, Mom, I'm on The Bone. Steven Seaweed with Joe Satriani. Here's Cat Owens on Facebook. Asked Joe if he's ever been in fear of his life from Chad's flying drum kit during a show.
Definitely. I got hit in the head in Boston on that last tour. And, when you're in the middle of playing a song, you're not really thinking about flying objects, right, hitting you. But all of a sudden, there was this pain just like all through my skull, and I'm thinking, what's that? I think I'm having some sort of, seizure or something, right in the middle of a wah-wah guitar solo, and then I see something, bouncing around on the stage. I go, oh, it's Chad, So
that would be Chad Smith, your drummer for Chickenfoot.
That's right, yeah. I just spoke to him this morning, and he says hello to everybody, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's up, Chad?
He knew I was coming here, so he just gave me a pep talk.
So he is probably the least known member of Chickenfoot. Now, I don't even know this guy. What about him? What can you tell me about Chad Smith?
Chad Smith, he's a larger-than-life personality and drummer, amazing drummer, and he has been with the Chili Peppers since 1988, I guess.
He's back with them now, is that correct?
Oh, yeah. They've been recording, and it's going very well. Yeah.
Okay. And speaking of which, there's another one on Facebook from Michael Fresquez. When can we expect a new Chickenfoot album?
Well, see, that's another thing. I was talking with Chad about that this morning. We are trying to work this whole schedule out, and it's going to be difficult, but we're writing things down. It's pencil in the
You're a busy guy
right now. Yeah, we're busy, so it's going to work out somehow. We're going to figure out a way to get in now and then and record another Chickenfoot record.
So you are telling our up to several million listeners that the Foot will resurrect again.
They will, absolutely.
Are you going to use any vintage Marshall amps for the Experience Hendrix show?
I was just talking with this guy right over here. What's your name? Tom. I was just talking to Tom right over here about all the amps that I was trying out at SIR the last 2 days. And the vintage Marshalls, are loud. Now, you remember, because you used to go to those concerts, right?
What's that?
Those things are louder than loud. I mean, I think people have forgotten how loud those things are. And I'm a little bit worried about the volume of it.
Because Jimmy played through Marshalls all the time.
Yeah. And he just would turn them all the way up, And
you mean to like 11?
11, right. That's back when 10 was actually 11. But he was going deaf. He didn't hear anything above 6K, which is a high frequency for all. So he was, and he was a young man as well, but it was already hurting him. But those, back in the days, they didn't have monitors. PAs were underpowered. The band simply had to roar off the stage, It's different now. Everyone plays at a much lower volume, and the sound system really is what's providing the concert experience for everybody. So those vintage Marshalls just turned out to be too loud. And I've got a couple of old ones myself. I tried some of the rewired ones. There's a company called Metropolis that makes some great, authentic, hand-wired Marshall heads that are exactly like the ones that Jimmy played, and they're still just so loud.
Joe Satriani is my guest in the studio, and look at you picking a Beatles track. I had no idea you were such a fanatic.
Yes, yeah. Beatles and Stones, I grew up listening to that stuff when I was a little kid. So.
What was the first Beatles song you ever heard? Do you remember?
Oh, my God. Whatever my older sisters were playing. I mean, I was too young to be into it. I was just remember hearing the play. So
don't tell me you were at the last show at Candlestick.
No.
You were still in diapers then.
Yeah. It was probably Please Please Me.
The first record, yeah.
That was probably the one that I heard in the house.
And what about the one you picked, She Said, She Said?
Well, about the time, that's like 66, right? That's the Revolver album. Yep. And that's when I really started to kind of wake up as being a musician, even still a little kid. But there was something about the sound of that sort of appealed to me, whereas the other stuff was really great music and happy sounding. There was something dark and threatening about that record. And I look back and I think maybe that's the beginning of real rock music, because they had songs that weren't just about relationships, boys and girls and having parties and stuff like that. And they started to write just like Tomorrow Never Knows, songs like that. They
stretch out a little.
They were stretching out in their themes. But we were talking about the
Of course, that's about when they started smoking pot, too.
Well, yeah. Before then, they learned how to take drugs from all the American country artists and stuff like that. It's a crazy story. But the introduction of the Fairchild limiter was a big deal. And Jeff Emmerich, their engineer at the time, brought this into the studio, and they started to record this record with this limiter, and it created this entirely new drum sound. And you can really hear it on She Said, She Said. It's just an amazing track for Ringo, and it's pretty crispy sounding.
Here it is.
107.7 The Bone.
Streaming online at 1077thebone.com.